Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about the idea of real. So what is real? What is reality? Before we get too much into it, I want to make the distinction that real and truth are not the same thing. We'll talk more about truth in other videos, but for now we're going to be talking about the idea of what real is. And to start, I want to say that reality is purely subjective. So what does that mean? It means that your reality and my reality, even though we are in the same world at roughly the same time, in the same place, and so on, we actually experience completely different realities. For example, if you're a woman, then your reality is going to be a lot different from my reality, right? In general, people are probably going to be a lot nicer to you, maybe go out of their way to do things for you, and that's not to mention our thoughts and emotions and our ways of experiencing and perceiving the world around us are much different. The environment is different for us, and the way we experience it is different. And that's just, I'm saying, for a female in my country, in this culture, in this time, in this place. If you're a female in another country, maybe you're more oppressed and you're experiencing that reality. So we all know that different people experience reality differently depending on their circumstances, their situation, their lives. Even though we're all still occupying the same reality, we still experience our own emotions, our own thoughts, our own beliefs, our own ways of experiencing this reality. And that's what makes it real to us in the way that we experience it. And we all differ in so many different ways. Some of us are tall, some of us are fat, some of us are female, some of us are male, some of us are married, happy, sad, angry, divorced, depressed, lonely, employed, successful. There are so many different ways, and we experience it differently from day to day. Even identical twins, they could be the same sex, the same age, the same time, the same place, have the same environment in general, the same family, the same parents bringing them up, all these same conditions, but they'll still experience their reality in a different way, unique to them. So to take this example a little further, I want to talk about an idea of a caterpillar in a tree. So let's say that you're at a park and you're sitting in a tree, and in that same tree is a caterpillar. The caterpillar's world is the tree. That's its reality. Its reality is bark and leaves, birds and insects. This is where it experiences its reality. The park and the sky are just simply a backdrop, let alone the city and the world. The caterpillar doesn't have friends or acquaintances. It doesn't have obligations. It doesn't have to be to work. It doesn't comprehend life and all its complexity in the same way that you do. And to you, you're just simply sitting in a park under a tree, getting some shade. It's a completely different way of experiencing the same reality. The reality for the caterpillar, though, is completely different from your reality. So we can take this concept and apply it to all living things and how we all experience reality differently, whether we're humans, animals, aliens on some distant planet. But let's try and keep this relatable since we're all humans. I don't think there are any caterpillars watching. And one thing I really want to talk about is the idea of dreams. So most people will usually ignorantly think that they don't even dream. And some of us will sometimes remember our dreams, and if we do remember them, then we usually just pass it off as some arbitrary experience and just move on with our day, not even entertaining the idea that that experience was in any way real. But the truth is, every night you dream, and every night you have amazing, incredible experiences in your dreams. You live out complex dramas, go to far-off places, experience ways of being with different people, different scenarios. Sometimes you fly, sometimes you fight. You can have deep conversations or experiences, or even be a different creature altogether. You can meet intelligent beings, receive messages and visions, interpretations for things that you're going through in your life. And there are actually techniques to help, just like there are techniques to master this way of living in this reality, there are techniques of mastering in the dream world also. In my personal experience in my dreams, I've been a bird, I've been a dragon, I've been an intergalactic starship captain cruising through the universe. I visited planets. I vividly recall many of these dreams. I've been flying up to Jupiter and just looking at it and being amazed and completely awestruck by its size and intensity. And it's not just dreams. We can have these experiences when we take drugs. We can take them when we meditate. A lot of people have them in near-death experiences, in comas, and so on. And a lot of times people just call it anecdotal and they just pass it off as though it isn't real. But the truth is, a lot of these experiences can be more vivid and detailed and more real than the reality that we experience from every day. So how can we say that these things aren't real when they're in fact more real? These experiences can be terrifying, they can be pleasant, they can be fun. Sometimes people see angels or demons, they go to heaven or hell, they can see God or whatever deity that they believe in. They may be shown truths they hadn't previously known before. They may take lessons that they can apply to their lives and their situations and grow. And then foolishly, a lot of us will just say, oh, well, it was just a dream. Or it was just some arbitrary experience that you had. from drugs. It was a hallucination, or choose your buzzword to dismiss whatever your reality is that you experienced. A lot of us are very conditioned and taught to believe that this world is all that is real, and then it's over. Or then, depending on your belief system, go from there. But that's a very limiting way of seeing your reality, and it dismisses all the experience that we go through. We spend a lot of our time in our minds and our lives experiencing within. A good example is actually, say, two people working in the same place. Say these people are working at a pizza joint, and one of them, he goes to work every day and he just dreads it. He doesn't want to go in, he is depressed because all he does is make pizza all day, and he has no fulfillment out of this, and that's the reality that he's living in. While the other person, he goes into work and he's excited, he's enthusiastic, he likes to make food for people, he likes to interact with people, he gets some form of gratification out of making his livelihood. So this is an example of how we consciously interact with reality, and how we can choose to make our reality a pleasant one or an unpleasant one, simply with our thoughts. Both these people are experiencing essentially the same thing, but they're each experiencing a completely different reality. And that's about as far as I'm going to go talking about how consciously we can interact with this idea of reality. But I just want to leave some food for thought and encourage you to embrace infinity and all the possibilities that reality can be for you. The universe is vast and boundless. Your mind, your potential, it's limitless, unless you believe it to be otherwise. If you want to, you can keep yourself in a box and see the world through a negative view. You can see people and yourself and all these things in whatever way you want to. So are you someone who thinks that the earth is flat and that this is all that there is? That all you are is a complex arrangement of molecules and atoms that happen to form together to create consciousness? Is your reality ruled by everyday mundane activities like going to work and checking social media and just being on your devices and distracting yourself from the bigger picture? Are you consumed by critical thoughts or judgmental thoughts and limiting beliefs? Or are you someone who embraces the idea that you have infinite potential and anything is possible? Someone who creates a positive reality that benefits them and brings goodness to the world and other people around them. Reality really is subjective to you and your thoughts and your way of how you experience it. And it's not to take away from bad experiences and hard experiences and things that seem out of our control. It's not to dismiss these things, but it's trying to see the concept of viewing these things in a different light so that we can continue to grow and learn and have an effect on our reality that hopefully makes it something that we enjoy more. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. If this video talking about the idea of real and reality spoke to you at all, please feel free to subscribe. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.